he passed away at 44 years of age from what they now call mesothelioma. They didn't know a lot about it back in those days, but he was 44 years of age. All of his brothers were in the Navy, and they all died with it too. And so when you see those commercials about it, they're not joking when they say, did you work in the shipyards, were you in the Navy? You know, it's asbestos cancer is what it is. Anyway, somehow, I think my dad was always trying to figure out the difference between life and death, and like, why did this guy get it and I didn't get it, and everything. So it made my dad very morbid, and one of his favorite recreational activities was to take me and my younger brother out to see the aftermath of car accidents. Now, when you're 6 or 7, that'll traumatize a kid, and then creeps like me turn out, you know. So he would take us to these accidents. I remember a Volkswagen very specifically. I'll never forget any detail of it. And so he would stand and stare at these accidents for a long time, and my brother and I just wanted to go play in the woods. But so cut to years later, I was about 12, and my brother was 10 or 11, and there was this guy who fancied himself like a P.T. Barnum, Sideshow Bob kind of guy, you know, and he decided that it would be a great idea to purchase the actual car that Jane Mansfield, the actress, was decapitated in, and take it around to small town America and entertain the kids. So he took it out to this place, in the place I grew up anyway, on Malvern, Arkansas, the Gibson's. Is it up there, Josh? Oh, there it is. The Gibson's Discount Center, ladies and gentlemen. So that was the only place in our town that had a parking lot big enough to put this display. So in front of this thing, he had a mural, and he had pictures of Jane Mansfield and some horrific scenery and all this kind of stuff. But if you wanted to pay $1, you could go behind the mural and actually see the car Jane Mansfield was decapitated in. If you wanted to pay $2, you could actually step up on this stage and look inside the wreck that Jane Mansfield was killed in. Now, the boyfriend was driving, Jane Mansfield was in the passenger seat, the kids were asleep in the back. Fortunately, they lived. The boyfriend, Jane Mansfield, weren't as fortunate. And here's the part that's really weird. And everywhere we go, I don't care where it is, somebody's going to go, I'm just telling you what happened. You know? So I'm not saying it's funny, I'm not saying it's horrible, I'm not saying anything, I'm just telling you the facts like on Dragnet. In the floorboard, the passenger seat, the guy had placed a mannequin head with a blonde wig on it with fake blood on the neck. Well, my father couldn't quit looking at this thing. We stayed there so long that they had to kick us out. My brother and I just wanted to go inside Gibson's department store and buy some good honeys and leave. But I thought, what an interesting anthropological experiment would it be to write a song about how people like to watch other people suffering for their own entertainment, which I don't understand. I don't watch Murder on ID and Kidnapping.com and all that stuff, because I thought the idea of life is let's try to get through it without horrible stuff happening. Let's support each other, and let's pray that everything's good. But there is a certain psychology that exists out there that doesn't do that. So we wrote this song, and guess what it's called? Oh, it's such a surprise. It's called Jane Mansfield's Car.